What up? Welcome back to Cool Kid TCG. We have a matchup today of Blue Buggy versus Purple Black Luffy. Both these decks got a lot of support from the new starter decks. I played one Purple Black Luffy, but they kind of didn't get to see the SR Luffy in it, so I didn't really get to test against that. So yeah, I'm kind of expecting that on six Dawn they can make themselves a 7k leader on the turn, and when attacking, could be a pretty troublesome card if they get that early. Yeah, playing my good friend Sal. He won the dice roll. He's going first, and I mold my hand. So let's see what we get. We got a Searcher, we got a Peel Off, so we got a decent hand. We also have a 4 cost. We are going second, so ideally, maybe an Alvida would be great to play on the 4 Dawn turn. Doesn't look like we can grab an Alvida, but we can grab a Cross-Skilled Searcher event. So let's just play that. Search top 4. And we're going to be able to find probably Crocodile or a 2K. So we're going to grab the Croc. I think the Croc's the only thing we have in our hand that plays something else. So worst case, on 6 Dawn, we can play the Croc into maybe the Moj or the Kabaji, something like that, just to start filling up our board. He taps 3 for the Nico Robin. That allows him to essentially ramp with his leader. It returns 2 Dawn to ramp an active Dawn, but then he can use leader effect to return a rested Dawn and an active Dawn. So essentially ramping 1, swinging 7 for life, and we take. We're going to swing 5 life. We have 4 Dawn. And the idea here is we could play one of those 4 cost bodies down, but I actually like the idea better of a Galdino Search and a Peel Off. So I think we're going to go with that. Search top 4. And we're able to find the Croc and Mihawk. We can also grab a Daz Bones. I think we just actually got a Croc and Mihawk off of life. That's why we didn't elect to choose that right there. Peel Off, draw 2. I think the slight misplay, I think you should Peel Off first and then Galdino Search, because you can control better what you pick after the fact. But just a slight fundies mistake, I guess. So he's ramped, he's on 6 Dawn. He could play that Luffy, but I also think that Luffy might have a thing where I have to be at 5 Dawn or something like that in order to get that effect off. So maybe, I'm not sure. But he is, he's at 6 Dawn. He's going to tap 5 for a Sanji and Pudding. That allows him, when he returns 2 Dawn, to get 1 back active. And then he swings 6 life and we take. So we go to our 6 Dawn turn. Here's where we can make a call on Croc and Mihawk, and we have an Alvida now, so let's do that. Tap 5. Leader ability, pitch the Daz Bones. And we're going to play Croc and Mihawk into, well, first we draw 2, trash 1. Let's trash the event, and we can grab a Alvida, draw 3, trash 2, and we're going to trash the Buggy and the Mihawk. We already have a Mihawk in hand. We're going to swing 6 life. He gives us a 2K. So the idea here is now we go to 8 Dawn next turn. We could Croc into something, or we could promo Buggy into Mihawk if we want to be a little bit more defensive. But yeah, he's got the Sanji and Pudding now, so every time he returns a Dawn, every time he basically uses leader effect, he's going to be ramping. Like now, he taps 4 for a Frankie, which allows him to return 2 Dawn. He pitches a card to draw 2. It's also a blocker. So cycling his hand a little bit, but leader effect, he gets to get 1 active and 1 rested, and then Sanji and Pudding, he gets to get 1 active. Which he's going to forget to do right now, but he's going to do a little bit later on in the turn. He taps 5 for another Sanji and Pudding, then swings 5 life. And I'm going to give him a 1K here. And he's like, oh, I forgot to do the Sanji and Pudding. He's like, hope I do it now. I'm like, yeah, for sure, dude. And then he's going to swing 5 life with the Robin. And we'll give him a 1K. Now he's going to swing 7 life. And we could 2K, 1K, but let's just take no trigger. Now we go to our 8 Dawn turn. And the idea here, again, is we need to, let's play 2 bodies instead of Buggy next turn. His board's starting to get out of control. But I think the idea here is promo Buggy into Mihawk. The idea is, do we want a leader ability or do we want to hard cast it? And what I want to do is put some pressure on that Sanji and Pudding. So we're going to leader effect. First, we're going to pitch a Croc and Mihawk to play the promo Buggy. And then we can play that into a Mihawk, draw 2, trash 1. We'll trash one of the promo buggies we just drew because we don't need 2. Now his Robin can attack and his Frankie can attack as is. If he puts a Dawn on leader, it can attack. Plus we have a blocker. So now I'm just thinking I'm going to swing 6 into life. And if he gives me counter, which he does, he gives me 2k. Now I'm going to swing 9 into the Sanji and Pudding. If he would have just taken that hit, that swing would have gone to life, I think. But yeah, he lets the Sanji Pudding die, so that's pretty nice. We're able to clear troublesome body for us, but I think it's probably unneeded for him at this point since he's already at 10 Dawn. But at least we cleared a 7k body. Now the idea is next turn we do have a Buggy in hand. We could potentially double Buggy if we get another one. I don't know what he's going to play this turn, but if he plays that 6-cost Luffy, that would be the most ideal one to bottom deck. He's going to tap 7 for a Rush Sanji. He returns 2 Dawn, and he rests my blocker, and then now he's able to get 1 back rested, 1 back active. He could have returned 3, I think, and got a second 1 back active based off Sanji and Pudding. But because I think Sanji's up, like you can do more than 1. You can do as many as you want. So he's doing 7 into the Mihawk. We'll give him a 1k. I need to keep my board intact as much as possible because I want to keep double Buggy alive, even though I only have 1 in my hand. I'm gonna give 2k, 1k. Also, I want to keep the blocker alive. He swings 7 again. He swing 9, and then he swing 10. Or excuse me, he swing 9 and then he swing 7. So he got a lot of cards out of her hand. We still have about 5, and we only have 1 Buggy as of right now. So we are going to be able to Buggy away either the Sanji or Pudding or the Sanji. At this point, they're both 7k bodies, so the Sanji and Pudding is more troublesome. So I'm going to get rid of. That's the one I'm going to Buggy away. We're going to start off with a 5 life. He takes, no trigger. We also could potentially push. He doesn't have any standing Dawn, and we have some swings. He has a decent amount of cards in hand. We're going to swing another 5 life. And he takes again, so that's intriguing. He does have the blocker, though. We're going to swing 8 life. He gives us the blocker. And now, I think the idea here is we tap 4. We're going to lead our ability, but first we're going to play a blocker down. I'm worried slightly about the gear 5. Just set up another blocker, and then we can lead our ability, play the Buggy, bottom deck the Sanji and Pudding, and pass. So at this point, we have 2 blockers, we have 2 life. If he goes to gear 5 us on this particular turn, we should be able to survive. And we could potentially push pretty hard for game next turn with our 12k body. He taps 6 for the new Luffy. This is where he gets to return 2 Dawn on play when attacking to buff his leader up to 7k. And then leader effect is able to get those Dawn back ramped. 1 active, 1 rested. So he has 2 swings. We're at 2 cards in hand. The first swing, we're definitely going to give the Moji blocker to draw a card. Clear space on our board. He's going to swing 9, I believe, into life. We get to draw. And then he's going to swing another 9 life. And we take, no trigger. So now we go, and at this point, like, he doesn't have any blockers, but he has a 7k body, so that's kind of tough. We'll start off with a 12k swing. And he takes, he has a Dawn standing, and he has, I think, 7 or 8 cards in hand. So I'm a little bit hesitant about swinging 17, because at that point, if I swing 17, like, it's going to be tough. He could probably find a way. I mean, he can't. If he has another Sanji, he can rest my blocker. That's how he could rest my Mihawk. So I'm just thinking about whether I want to go all out. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep 4 Dawn standing for a Moji blocker in case. and I'm gonna put the rest of the Dawn, the 6, onto Croc and Mihawk, and I'm going to swing 13. So at this point, if he counters out, he's gonna give me the Gum Gum Giant, which he does. He gets to go +4, pitch a card, draw 2, return 2 Dawn. He gets to 11, so now he needs to give us 2k, 1k, I believe. 2k, 1k. So he gives it to me. Now he has 5 cards in hand. And here's where I'm gonna have to make a decision. I can either 1, play the blocker and pass, keeping 2 blockers standing. Or I could put the 4 Dawn on Mihawk and swing for life. So I'm really thinking this through. I have some 2Ks in hand. I'm just thinking like I was thinking along the lines of he gear 5s me. I have enough counter where I believe I can counter out of 2 swings. And then I can give the 2 blockers for 2 of them and then take the 1 hit on life. So that's what I was thinking. And at one point I look up at him and I look him in the eyes, and he's a very nice and funny guy. But he was giving me a very serious look of like a very almost like a death glare, but for lack of a better term. So I got scared, and I'm just like, you know what? I'm not going to do that. I'm going to block her. So I'm going to tap 4 for the Moji. I have 4 cards in hand. He does not draw me a card as of right now, but I could potentially counter out of one. So if he's going to gear 5 me, he's going to swing first. But one of the main reasons I decided to do this is if he does gear 5, he can't activate the Luffy effect of the 7k body because he needs to be able to use leader effect on the secondary part. So he's not going gear 5 anyways. I was worried about something. He goes to top knot my blocker, but I'm able to use Croc and Mihawk's effect to pitch a card to keep it alive. And now I'm in 3 card range, and he was able to use those to get those Dom back. So now he's going to tap 3 for, I forget the name of the event, but it's from the Shanks film. He's able to pop a 5 cost or less, and I'm able to draw a card off of that. So yeah, I was fortunate that he sequenced it that way. If he does it the other way and goes to pop it first and then goes to bottom deck it, I don't get to draw a card. So there's that. But now he's used, I think, around 4 Dawn. He's going to swing. This is 10 life. He returns 2 Dawn to make his leader 7. And I'm just looking at it right now. He has 3 Dawn standing. He could swing 10 at the most with 1 body. And I have 3 2Ks, so I can counter out of a 10k swing. So I'm just going to block now, just in case there's random shenanigans that go on that he can arrest. I don't think there's anything he can do, but let's just do it. Now he's going to swing 8 life. And I'm going to take, because I know I can counter out of a 9k swing, and I want him to commit those Dawn rather than Gum Gum Giants. So we're able to counter out. And then now he passes, and we can just swing 22 for game. With no Dawn standing, we're able to get the dub. So he's going to start giving us counter, and he's got about, he can get up to 10, not close to 22. So yeah, this was a very interesting game, back and forth. I think at the end of the game, there was some really good decisions, or maybe some interesting decisions, I should say. He told me if I would have put the Dawn on the Mihawk and swing, I would have won. I still think it was probably the better play to play it defensively by the way my hand was, having the knowledge I had was all 2Ks in my hand and able to play the blockers. If he gear 5s me again, I can counter out of some of the swings, and like I said, he can't make himself a 7k body and also gear. Well, he could, but it would just be super inefficient to make himself a 7k for that turn, and then gear 5, because he's not going to be able to return the Dawn. And on the secondary turn he takes, it would be like he would only get up to 2 Dawn. So yeah, I mean, ultimately it was a very close game, came down to the wire, and we're able to get the dub. Shout out to my opponent. Let me know in the comments if they could have differently. Really appreciate you guys, and see you next time.